guys, we're at round 4, Formula Drift, Stafford Springs, Connecticut. This is my home state. Grew up here my whole life, so I'm really excited to be out here. We've got a bunch of friends and family coming out here this weekend. It's gonna be a good time, and this is a new track for everyone. It looks really, really cool. It's a very nice facility, so we're excited. We just got set up. All the boys are over here. We just went over the whole entire car, make sure everything's solid. We had to make a couple alignment changes and a gear change for this layout. Just try to get us in the ballpark area for practice tomorrow. We are gonna head out to the dyno tonight. We made a couple changes at home. We just wanna make sure the engine's gonna be safe and make it throughout the whole weekend reliably. It's a big bank, new track for everyone. Like I said, we've been playing a bunch on the simulator, just trying to get a bunch of laps down here just since we haven't driven this track ever. But yeah, we got practice tomorrow morning and it should be fun. Let's see what happens. Up our first session of practice. I'm happy with one of our chases and one of our leads. At first, the wheel speed was a little bit too low, so I was kind of on the limiter, struggling to stay up on the bank, just wanted to keep shooting down. So we made a couple adjustments and it's definitely feeling better. We have one more warm-up before we go into qualifying, so we're gonna make a couple more changes before the warm-up. Hopefully it feels a little bit better. If not, we'll go back to the original setup. But I think we're up to a good start. The track feels really good, it flows really well, and I'm excited to be out in Connecticut. So let's just go have a good time. Hopefully that warm-up goes good and we'll be off into qualifying.
O'Sullivan. Oh yeah.
Going nitrous too.
Yep. New car being debuted. It looks almost identical to the previous build, but by design, keeping it same. U.S. Army on the door and O'Sullivan behind the wheel. Through the start chicane. Like I said, those tires, you saw some smoke back there in the burnout box. Very proudly initiates and aggressively, like you said, that top portion of that bank drying out because the previous drivers, as well as being in the direct sun. All right. So remember how Nate Chen, see how, again, rock solid he was. O'Sullivan comes down, quick little correction, throws it back out there, doesn't straighten out, but splashes through the kiddie pool. Now, pass into those last outside zones. O'Sullivan standing on the throttle, 40, 63 degrees of angle, overcooks it, wants to keep it off the wall. He saw all the other drivers slide into it, but he keeps it off. Well done by Osoli.
Yeah, it's a fun run. He's chopping at it. He's trying to make the best of the situation. Gets up from the wall quite well and just kind of sits there for so much of it. I mean, a little bit of a left foot brake to get that corrected back out, and it's already starting to feel like it's patchy up in that section. Then we come down into the infield. We're going real wide through zone 2, and that's going to be a 0 there. As we come into our next one, man, he's really splishing and splashing. The hard part right now is the water is sitting right on our drifting line, if you will. Unfortunately missing that zone 5. Sorry, zone 5, but getting all the way out to our final zone there in 6.
That qualifying score of Osoli comes in at 62.66. 62.66. Jumping around here a little bit. Connor O'Sullivan, bob in the head. He's got music. He's got music cranking there, I feel
he
like.
He might.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked.
All right. We'll get those scores a little bit. Sorry, we're expediting these things. As Osoli. He's from Fairfield, Connecticut. So essentially his hometown track. As US Army, BMW. Look at the angle here from Osoli. But again, quite a contrast from, like you said, that bank drying out, but there's still a mass of water. Bit of a pond down there. And you can see just how drastic the speed change is for the drivers. Ooh, almost straightening out there from O'Sullivan. Yeah. Keeps it sideways across the line.
Yeah, about an hour and a half southwesty here, Fairfield, right near the border. Good job there from Osoli. You can tell the moment he gets that car gripped up, but battling that out. I think part of what's happening too is the zone itself is dried out quite well, but the track just below it, where the front wheels are sitting, is still a little bit slippery. So they're getting on the power, the car's making the grip, and then they try to left foot brake, and there's no traction there still. Because you can see them back and forth just hunting to try and get that car to settle itself out. Gets out a little bit wide through that section of the track, and then has to push real hard to get all the way up. But you want to collect that zone 7. He does 100% on that, so that's going to help out his line score, and it does 33.1 out of 40, 35.2 out of 40 on angle.
Connor O'Sullivan 77.3, slides him into 6th. When we come back, the qualifying continues with Connor O'Sullivan sliding into 6th position.
What's up, guys? So today's Friday, it's Prospect Day. We're just watching them do runs all day. We have autographs in a little bit, but I want to go over qualifying with you guys yesterday. So it started pouring before I run, and we had a really good run in our first one up on the bank, and then coming through the inner clip into outer zone 3, there's a massive puddle, absolutely splashed in my face. The sunlight was hitting just right. I couldn't really see anything. So I knew it wasn't a great run. I think we landed with a 66, I believe, which was not where we want to be. And going into our second run, once the sun went down, the track was still really wet, but it did start to dry out. The puddles weren't as big, so I could lay down a better run. And I think we landed with a 77, which put us in 11th position. So I'm looking forward to the top 32 bracket. It's gonna be fun. You know, I'm starting to feel good at this track. A bunch of friends and family are out here in Connecticut, so I'm pumped to be out here. We're gonna have some fun, and let's see what we can do tomorrow.
Dude, I'll be such a good dad, dude. Rockabye, I told Sadie, I'm like, I don't know if it's bad for the kid, but we're doing a burnout on the way home, dude. we're burning one down, dude, on the way home. Baby burnout? What do you think? Good idea? Fresh baby? Yeah. Oh, no.
What's up, guys? It's race day out here at Formula Drift Connecticut. Family and friends are rolling in. We're going out for practice in about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna try to just hang out in the trailer, get my head right, and we're gonna do a lead and a chase, just try to run that scenario in practice, because we will be leading first in our top 32 battle. Really looking forward to top 32. I'm feeling good at this track, and me and my spotter are just gonna try to run the lead and then chase, so we can get on the same page on how hard we need to push in the chase position going into battle. So I'm feeling good. Team got the car dialed, things running really good, and I'm excited for today. So let's see what happens, guys.
O'Sullivan and Derek Madison. Another fun battle.
Yeah, O'Sullivan and Madison. O'Sully with that newly prepped BMW. So the vehicle he started with at the top of the season, he has introduced a new vehicle. So good for him. And D-Mads, I don't want to say old faithful, but a vehicle that he introduced a year ago and now really starting to get more familiar and more confident with that car. O'Sully will lead in that United States Army BMW. You can see closer vehicle to us is D-Mads, Derek Madison from St. Louis. All right, let's see O'Sully throwing down. He will lead. Lights are off and away they go. Send it. O'Sully rips into the outside zone. D-Mads, you can see, working his way up there, gaining some ground, and now finds himself tightly in that pocket. Good line by O'Sully. Just barely nicks that front inside clip. Now into that killer crossover. Now into the last outside zone go O'Sully, and Derek Madison backs up just a little bit, but not too bad. As we gain focus with a Canon camera down the chute. Both drivers do as well. Yeah, great set of runs there from both of them, as kind of expected. I mean, the caliber of these drivers has been just increasing every single event that they go to, and I'm loving the progression that I'm seeing in both of them. Look at how close Derek Madison is all the way through this. O'Sully's on a phenomenal line, very smooth. Derek Madison going for a really tight transition behind Connor O'Sullivan. A bit more of a dive here. Unfortunately, catches it just a little bit late before he gets on the throttle, but does a great job of getting back onto it. So O'Sully up front, really, really well done. It's an expert line he's got. Comes off the bank, comes through, just catches that inside clip, so he could have maybe faded out just a bit more, but once again, I'm kind of grasping at straws here to make corrections, because it's a really solid battle for both. And Derek Madison, this is the most aggressive we've seen him without biting off more than he can chew. He's been aggressive before. Unfortunately, he kind of missed the timing or just didn't really, pick the right moment to do it. But on this one, much, much better. Let's see what we got here between Derek Madison and O'Sully. Derek Madison expecting a big aggressive flick and initiation. He goes 100% all the time. He really, really does. So let's see this. O'Sully. Failure to launch. What happened to O'Sully? Oh no. Well, guess what? Madison does need to complete the entirety of this run. Hopefully the spotter's not saying, says, hey, he's shut down, but man, such a bummer for O'Sully. Brings it to the end, and looks like D-Mads will get, oh buddy.
Oh man, absolutely gutted.
So D-Mads, did he straighten out? He looked like he straightened out, dude. That might be an incomplete.
Well, we would have 2 incompletes at that point in time, and then we would just have one battle to be able to judge it on.
What?
This happens.
O'Sully might have got a gift there. Well, but we would essentially we would defect to the first run.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. O'Sully just does not.
Nothing.
It doesn't even look like he tried. I saw maybe the smallest puff of smoke come out of the back of O'Sully. At first I thought it might have been a restart or a cone hit or something, the way that O'Sully came off the line. But yeah, unfortunately not the case. I mean, we might be able to judge some lead versus lead on this one, but yeah, O'Sully just not able to get that car out. And I think it's going to be the end of this run that's going to be telling, as the judges trying to take a look as to how bad that hit was for Derek Madison. I'm not sure if we'll get a replay of just the last part of it, because really that's going to be kind of the defining moment as to how this all plays out. As Derek Madison, there you go. You can see the carnage of that wall tap, and taking a look, it was a pretty big hit. So
interesting. So again, definitely an incomplete by O'Sully.
Yeah, and the question will become...
But the question is Derek Madison hitting the wall and straightening out.
Yeah, I mean, he catches the wall pretty good there, too. Big left foot brake. It's not an ideal run in the lead for Derek Madison by any means. This part of the track looking much, much better, but as I said, it'll be the final section that's going to be kind of make or break from him. And, man, unfortunately, this seems like a falling down at home base. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh brother.
That's an opposite drift too. That's the other part. Like, So there's straightening out, which does have a little bit of a buffer, right? There is a small amount that you can kind of straighten out. But opposite drift is listed as an incomplete element. And one could definitely argue that he is kind of fully in an opposite drift coming across the line. That's rough.
What a scenario unfolding here for Derek Madison. Remember, we do have the second half of Odie Bakshies and Rudy Hansen.
So I think no matter which way this goes, we'll probably be going down to Reese just to get an explanation. And it might be a kind of a rule book thing as well, because there's a couple of scenarios that we end up going to here as we may not be able to fully judge the second run, as we have two independent incompletes. That would then fall back to the only judging criteria we have, which is the first run.
Here's the Wally data. So hits the wall, you can see the degree of angle.
Yeah.
We're not fixing it here.
I would love to understand what happened here to Connor O'Sullivan. I mean, not to take anything away from the Derek Madison situation, but obviously O'Sully not able to make it all the way back around. It's a full shutdown. It's one thing if he drives off track after that situation. It's another thing if he's going to be getting towed back. So whatever issue did occur, it's fairly big.
The Rockstar Energy Drink Top 32. Here are the results, and Derek Madison gets the victory. Derek Madison comes out on top, and he gets the win. Connor O'Sullivan breaking the transmission. And again, analyzing it. Reese, you guys are splitting hairs there. Again, under control, hits the wall, all that. What'd you come down to?
Yeah, we just wanted to take our time and really look what happened at the end of that run with Derek Madison. When it came to seeing Derek Madison, he did get contact into the wall, and we were able to lean on the Wally data to be able to see was there a straight in, and he was able to get just enough. So, and I think from a naked eye, it would have been different, but having the benefit of having the Wally system.
Hey guys, so that's a wrap for FD Connecticut. Unfortunately, we got knocked out of the top 32. I feel like I've been saying this too many videos in a row. I really thought we were going to do well this weekend. Me and Derek got a couple laps leading Chase in practice, and he's a homie. He's always fun to drive with. But unfortunately, in our chase, we couldn't get the car in fourth gear. Broke a shifter fork in our brand new GSR, unfortunately. We came back. They took about 10 minutes to make a call. By the time I got back, the boys pulled the trans out of our Prospect car and had it ready to put in the car. Ended up getting it in the car. Car was ready to go on track within about 15 minutes. And they ended up giving Derek the win. I know he straightened out on the end of his run, so technically it was a 0, so I didn't know if it was going to go our way or one more time. But unfortunately, Derek did get the win. We laid out an awesome lead. I was really happy with that. And but yeah, that's part of drifting. We had a mechanical failure, and we're just going to keep pushing, and we'll see you guys at round 5 in Indianapolis.